Friends, good morning. This is Shamble here. Hope everybody is fine. This video is for the young generations. When I say the young generations means I'm talking about those who are pursuing their career in various fields, doing research, doing their postdoctorate, or pursuing various other academic interest. So last 4 days I have not changed my dress, so I have not gone out anywhere. I was restricted to my office and I was just simply playing with my cats and my computer, just going to washroom, having tea, coffee, and doing my all exercise just to concentrate one idea. So few days back, I got a mail from a scientist who worked under a very renowned research institute, TIF, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. They went to ISC Bangalore. He is now professor in one of the leading university in India. He was in abroad. So when I got this mail for certain idea to develop design a system for him, so I called him and asked that how you got my reference. So he told that I think I have searched or talked to many people, but I have a problem. Can you give me a solution? I have tried to understand what he needs exactly. I am a biologist. I understand little biology. Beyond that, I don't know anything. So that curiosity led me to get into a very deeper problem, and that led me not to take bath for last 96 hours. I was supposed to go to Goa along with my family. I dropped that idea, giving different kind of reason, and I told my family to go and enjoy vacation. So I dropped them, and there I'm at home playing with cats, sitting at office and doing something. Let me tell you this idea. Again, this is a very interesting thing probably one need to understand. I am talking about my 20-25 years of journey of understanding certain things, understanding various other issues apart from sociological thing, historical thing, history of science, political science, understanding science, and in a very holistic way try to give a solution and developing and designing some system for something. It requires a lot of courage and strength to imagine certain things. It requires a lot of thought process, like writing a poetry. It is not that easy to write a poetry which is really of good quality, of good standard. You need to be very precise while you are writing a poetry. Similar way, you are when you are doing any kind of simulation or idea level job, you need to be very clear what is that you are going to do it. The idea at initial level, it was very simple. It's a very kind of abstract kind of thing that I need to develop. The scientist says that I need to develop a bioreactor or a reactor or a photobioreactor where he wants to expose the microalgae in various light sources starting from visible UV visible and infrared light, the complete range it requires, and there are different combination of RGB lights with different wavelength, and this light should be exposed to that microalgae in a reactor or vessel in a uniform way, and it should switch over in milliseconds. Right, you imagine a situation in milliseconds. He needs to switch over from visible to UV to IR to again coming back to visible, and he tried to expose those microalgae. The objective is, when you expose those microalgae from visible to IR range or UV range in milliseconds, it triggers the biological factors of the microalgae, and it releases a lot of metabolites or protein, which is of the economical importance. It's like it triggering your mind. You go to a lot of spiritual place or any place where the other person who is preaching or who is talking about the spirituality, he or she tries to reach your mind up to certain limit, and your knowledge and wisdom gets lot of enzymes or triggering factor for simulation. So now you imagine, this is an idea. Now the question is, now you have to execute it. For execution, what you need it? You need to develop a bioreactor with a very low volume capacity. You need to have a very transparent kind of thing where you are passing light, and you need to maintain the uniformity. You need to develop a PLC, which is very, very critical, which should have the capabilities to switch over the light on of action in milliseconds, and you have to find out a suitable light source. There are many challenges over here. Then apart from this thing, you have to have controlling of temperature, monitoring of pH, monitoring and control of pH. So with all dosing pump, with acid, alkali, so you need to maintain, you have to maintain the RPM. Spurger, air spurger, you need to purge air into the system with a complete monitoring facilities. Now, this system is not an ordinary system. This person worked for TIFR. People who knows about TIFR or IISc Bangalore, he has visited many countries and he has done postdoctorate. Now he is professor. So this is not an ordinary thing. Probably one can give a simple kind of solution. I told sir, give me 1 day time, probably I will be able to come back to you. Just sitting at office thinking what to do. I took a piece of paper, tried to design something for him with my concept that how I want to do it. That is also after close to 40 hours at night, 1 o'clock, I am replying to him with a scanned paper and attaching and sending to him. Sir, this is what I have done it. Just have a look, put your thought, probably we'll be able to do some modifications. You don't believe that when I send this message, sorry, night 1 a.m., he is replying 2 a.m. Within 1 hour, he is replying. Now, understand the situation. A scientist, a real scientist, he doesn't work 10 to 4. His mind, he's always alert. He's responding me, look, the idea is good. Probably you can give a little thought on certain issues what he has told. Again, he's returning his reply by 2:15. Around 4 o'clock, I am replying him back with another hand drawing. Sir, this is what it is. Probably, first of all, conceptual, you decide. There are many issues. I told you, you need to have a vessel of close to 2 to 3 liter of capacity. Either you need to have a flat vessel or circular vessel, because there should be less reflection of light. There are many issues. So I have to select the material based on the application so that there is not much reflection and the light penetration, uniformity, all those things. Then I could communicate to the companies from US, some other countries who develops good PLC, the LED light from visible to IR range. It's not ordinary lights probably. It is very, very expensive light. Finally, very next day I got some correspondence communication that this is the level of milliseconds probably is possible, and that is the controlling part. The light I got it, some lights are not available. Now we are designing or developing those special light for the specific applications. Friends, finally, morning, last, I'm talking about 30th morning. So I could finally send him a mail, said this is what the exact system. Now he is confirming it is absolutely fine. Probably I need the same system and you give me all whatever required things. Friends, I was talking about, people talk about many things in life, that how to make money or how to execute your idea. Making money is an art. For intellectual people, the people who plays with ideas, the spiritual people, the same way. You need to understand few things. First of all, your concept has to be very clear. Your aims and objective has to be very clear. One idea can give you, this idea I'm talking about, close to 35 lakhs rupees idea, a system, very basic system. But this person, the scientist, nobody, because it has to be made tailor-made. US, Japan, many countries he has written, nobody could. In India, nobody understands this. This instrumentation people, they are very shallow. They buy things and dump into the customer side. I am not a great believer of doing such kind of exercise. I always feel the knowledge and wisdom, your value addition, there are few things, if you are not able to integrate and give a good solution in front of customer, this is, otherwise it's a useless. Some value addition has to be there. I gave precisely this system. I'm talking about a scientist or a researcher, a doctor. They work hard to earn money. You can earn money by using your knowledge and wisdom that has to come from your knowledge. You don't need money. You don't need money. Many times I have told you, if you want to form a company or if you want to do business, you don't need money. You need to have the spirit and understanding of the idea and a strong communication skill, and you need to match the frequency with the other scientist. I have told in my many videos that at the age of 23, after MSc, to do simulation on climate change, various issues, that idea came in my mind. There are greatest lab in US, Brookhaven National Laboratory, many laboratories was doing, they are selling their technology of millions of dollars. At the age of 24, I was chasing a scientist. I went up to UK to understand what he needs. Finally, I could able to develop a system for some institute. I'm talking about 14, 15 years back story. Now this situation has gone. Now I am more mature. I have having more manpower, and to execute my idea I can delegate certain things to people around me, whoever is working. First of all, this idea is very important, and one has to do it very gradually. Friends, you can work whole year, how much you can earn. I can understand a scientist, a professor, a doctor, after giving so much hard work, how much they can earn. But honestly, an idea, a genuine idea, which are able to you are able to execute it and develop in front of customer, you can charge whatever you want to charge. But you need to be very smart and careful in doing this exercise. It's a very kind of a dangerous game playing with the explosives. You need to have that challenge to understand science and this counter it and execute it. That is very very important thing. You can charge whatever you want to charge in front of customer. Your one idea and one project, maybe you are giving 4 days time, that is equivalent to your whole year job. It is very easy to say this kind of thing today, but to reach up to that level you need very high level of understanding of various issues. You need to understand physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, theoretical biology, philosophy, your imagination, your poetic imagination. I told many times that the greatest scientist in this world, first of all, they are great philosopher. Greatest physicist in this world, that they have a strong imagination. You take anybody, for that matter Einstein, to down the line, whoever has got and reached up to certain level, they have got strong imagination power. Even Watson and Crick, your imagination, how you are correlating and putting your thoughts with your scientific data correlation, and finally giving a your idea, and which is acceptable scientifically, that is more important. Friends, I am not talking about all those things. I am a very small person. I do not understand science at all. So I have a lot of friends, my relatives, they are pursuing their academic career. There are many person I come across in my life. I try to learn things, and last 4 days I have not changed this dress. I have not changed this dress, not taken bath, not combing, just playing with cats. Finally, I have given my things to customer. I am 100% sure that nobody in this world can stop me or my company not to execute this order. I am 100% sure I will be executing this order after 6 months down the line. I want to see the happy face of the system, what I have developed, what I will be developing. And I have done many projects, close to 65 projects across India and across globe. We have did it, very challenging project. Even nobody can imagine, no scientist also can imagine that, okay, this is the way probably science can be interpreted or this system can be developed. There are many ways we have tried to do it. It requires a lot of sacrifice. I told you it is nothing sacrifice in that sense, like when you gets into your thought process an idea, you need to close your eyes and think and read lot of things to finally zoom down what you want to do. Friends, this idea probably will be able to help you to develop a new protein which is having medicinal importance, because in nature there are many things like who understand biology. There are, if you want to have your target molecule or target protein, you need to trigger those biological system with a very precise things. It's like a laser missile. You talk about the Israeli laser missile, that target their enemy in a very precise way and hit. It's not an easy game to do that. You need to have lot of mathematical calculation, lot of factors. That's why those people are successful. If you want to be successful in life, be analytical, understand the science, and try to find out a simplified way of executing this thing. For execution, you need to have many things that is coming down the line, and you should know what to be procured, when to be procured, how to be procured, and how to develop this system, and how to convince this customer. That is more important. I told about this technology field. It's a nice field, it's a nice gambling. You match your frequency with the scientific community. If you are able to convey or communicate what they need, and if you can understand their requirement, and if you are able to fulfill their frequency with better idea, with a very simplified way, they will be your good friend, not your customer. And once you make your customer as your friend, he will never leave, because he wants to do the research, he wants to publicate, put a publication or bring a new things. That is his idea. And in that process, you are also enriching your knowledge, you are also successful. It's a basically a symbiotic relation. It's not parasitism. So friends, I do not like to increase the length of my video here again. When I talk many things, and it's basically a cocktail subject. The young generation should not get into the trap of this. Again, a lot of things it bothers me that when the political system talk about the young generation should get into a small business like a chop, jhal mudi, and also talk about casful, balish, pillow, and the industry can be shut up. Nobody is talking about how to enrich knowledge or enlighten them, directed them to set up the industry, new ideas. There is nothing called entrepreneurship sale, or nothing called nurturing the mind and inviting those young minds, young talents. Tell them there is something, there are some hopes. I could see the entire political system leaving few things probably. They are all hopeless. It's a pretty bad politics. That is what it is going across everywhere. It is the political system, they are surviving, their survival tactics, they are worse than British probably. The idea, the concept they have taken. How long this is going to continue, I do not know. I am not a political man, but I can tell you this much. There are few political leaders, they are destroying this country in many ways, not giving the proper direction. As because they are not qualified, they are very sincerely and very calculated way they are doing this thing. Like British, they do not want the entire population of India should be given education. They have given education up to certain set of people, that is the Brahmin community. The initial level, 18th century, if you take 17th century, 18th century, what they have done, they have tried to give all kind of incentives to this Rai Bahadur, Rai Chaudhuri and the others are kept under drug, so that they want to have their work done through their fellow Indians sitting on top, the lower order. There is a fish called Ilsa fish. You know Ilsa. Scientific name is Ilsa. Is very expensive fish in Bangladesh as well and in Bengal. You don't need an additional oil to fry those fish. Initial level you can put little bit oil, but it release certain temperature, its own oil, it can fry themselves. Similar way, the same British policy is being applied by a lot of political leaders, showing their simplicity, showing their emotions, showing their many things. But people are not understanding. Their enzymatic action is being totally stopped. There is no metabolism, so that they are not able to utter. It's like somebody is given somebody a kind of a steroid injection. So this person is nicely closing the eyes and seeing the heaven that so beautiful. Even under dark also they can see lot of stars. So the political system who are showing them the stars under dark, they are not understanding that what is the greatest mistake they are doing the slow provision for gradually many years. Similar way, I'm talking about India. I'll talk a separate lecture in these issues. Similar way, the communists also done the same exercise, the slow poisoning. It's becoming more paralyzed. More you paralyzed, more easier for the political groups or system to run the system. Same biological system I'm talking about, you try to create a simulated environment where you try to trigger things into the object and you get the output, your proteins, very economically important. Similar way, sorry, the political system also triggering those people with emotions, hopes, and they are getting votes, getting elected, they are benefited. So again, this is a mutual. So which mutualism is more important and essential? Probably the young generation time has come to think. That's why again I am telling, be a rational thinker, a logical thinker if you want to success in life. Nobody in this world can stop you not to pursue your dream. You should have your that willpower to do that. So thank you very much. Today I'm going to change my dress after 4 days. So thank you very much once again. Bye bye. Take care. Bye.